Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Weather Central forecast. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. I hope you guys are excited for this forecast as much as I am. Now, there is some similarities and differences, and in this video, I'm going to be comparing the newly released Farmer's Almanac to my first Weather Central weather forecast for this winter. But just a little disclaimer here: I am going to be making a part 2 with a little bit of a different map to this winter. There has been a little bit of change that's going on, and I feel like I do need to update you guys with the most accurate information. So I will be making a separate video on that probably later sometime next week on part 2 of my winter forecast. Now I'm going to warn you guys there will be some differences. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Farmer's Almanac newly released for winter 2020 to 2021. So as you guys can see, if you guys watched my first video, which if you guys haven't, I recommend that you guys do. There is some differences, just a little bit, but most of the stuff that they're saying here is pretty much what I said too. Obviously, though, the first noticeable difference is I had stormy and cold up here, and they have mild and dry. Now, I think with the La Nina pattern that we're going to be getting this winter, I feel like there will be a lot of precipitation in the northwest, Pacific Northwest, and so that's why I'm thinking maybe they didn't. I mean, who knows? Right now, I still think that this northwest region up here in the light green will be seeing, more storms, more precipitation. And I think it will be more to the cooler side of normal temperatures. Now, in this green region here, it's like lighter green region. They put normal temperatures, wet coastal regions, and snowy inlands. I do kind of agree with this, but I do think it's going to be a little warmer than normal, and I don't agree with wet at all. I mean, wet coastal regions maybe, but I think for that to be the broad area of this is kind of false. I feel like it's going to be a lot more dry in this region. As I put here, I think it's going to be warmer than average, warm and dry. This part is not changing, for me at least. Now, as I said in one of my videos, I'm not a meteorologist. I just like, predicting weather and stuff, so I could be overlooking some things because, like I said, I'm not qualified to be a meteorologist in any means. But just with my personal opinion, I think that I could make some revisions to that. Up here in this light blue or this dark blue region, it says cold and above normal snowfall. And this goes from areas all the way down to southern Colorado, southern Kansas, southern Missouri, and stops before Arkansas. Now, this is pretty much spot on with what I had. I just had that region going down a little more south, which, like I said, part 2 probably won't have it as much south. I'll have that winter battle zone a lot more north. But I still think that everywhere in Missouri, Kansas, and Colorado will be seeing a cold, snowy winter. I do not think that's going to change. So I agree with this region right here. This region here is temperamental. Wild swings from mild to tranquil to cold and wintry. Now, I'm kind of starting to, because the winter battle zone will probably be more in this region right here. So I do believe that on part 2, I will definitely have that implemented into my forecast. I do think it's going to be, some pretty drastic changes in weather from day to day. You could see snow one day, you could see 60s the next day. So I definitely do agree with that right now. Earlier I had warm and dry. Now the pattern that's going to be taking form this winter, I do think it will be a little more wet in terms of precipitation. And this, I don't know how to say this, just like light greenish bluish area. It says cold and very flaky. Now, I agree with this 100%. It is going to be very cold in this region due to that the La Nina. There's going to be a lot of wet moisture here, as well as um, the troughing down here will push the jet stream more south, which will give this a lot more snow with that given wet moisture. And I did have around this region, it was in a mixture of the 3 different regions: freezing and snowy, above average snowfall, and brutal winter. But yes, I do very much agree with that right here. Now down here they put chilly and showery. I'm not sure if I agree with the chilly part of it. Now obviously the more northern parts of this will be chilly because that's in winter battle zone. But I do feel like for more the central to south part of this region, we'll be seeing some warmer than normal conditions, as well as, the stormy I do agree with. And last but not least, in this purple region, they have cold and snowy. Well, I guess there's 2 parts of this region: cold and snowy in the upper northeast, and seasonably cold, wet, and white in the southern northeast. And I do agree with most of this. You guys will see my second winter forecast in this region around here. Let's see if I can. In this region right here, sea surface temperatures are actually very warm at this moment, and sea surface temperatures over here are very warm, which will cause that troughing. And then obviously it's going to want to go above that warm temperature, so the jet stream going up towards the northeast won't hit as much of these coastland places. And so that is why I'm thinking, there possibly could be some times where they're not getting snow and they're getting more rain, ice, sleet than, because of that troughing that's happening. And I put nor'easterns. Like I said, I'm going to have to change some of that a little bit in my second forecast. They also put up here cold and snowy. I agree with that a lot. Now, but like I just said with this region right here, depending on the troughing and how the jet stream's going, they could not see as much, snow. Possibly could see more ice in some cases. But, I mean, it's the northeast, so they're really going to get snow any winter, basically. So, obviously, it will be snowy. So, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, like I said, probably towards the end of next week, I will have my updated weather forecast. I hope you guys are excited for that as much as I am. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.